Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Email me directly for pricing, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today, we're discussing a model launched in 1992. Built for about a decade, the reference 5000 was the forerunner of the later references 6000 and 6006, and the watch was gorgeous from the beginning. This is the reference 5000R in rose gold, an automatic Calatrava dress watch that features a very traditionally sized 33mm case, 7.5 millimeters thick, and from lug to lug 41.8 millimeters with a 19mm spacing between the lugs. I'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and you can see this is very much what the size and stance of a 1940s, 50s, or 60s men's dress watch would have looked like. Back then, the standard size for a men's dress watch was 30 to about 35 millimeters, and this watch is very much that. The timepiece does have rather strong lugs, however, which gives it the appearance of a bigger piece. It looks about 35, 36 on the wrist, and because it is so flat at under 8 millimeters thick, it easily slides underneath the cuff. But if you're a lady and maybe references 6000 and 6006 are a bit too big, this is going to be a great option for you. Alternatively, if you're a man in the era of discretion, when it might be uncomfortable to flamboyantly flaunt luxuries in public, well, this watch is a great alternative because it hides underneath the cuff and it's discreet in its size and form. Taking a quick look at the strap, you can see here we have a large rectangular scale alligator leather with a high gloss finish. We have a black strap with a black stitch. It has a sheer cut side showing you the layers of leather, and then on the underside you can see this is a Patek Philippe factory strap. No gouging, no crimping, brand new calfskin on the bottom, gator on the top, and the watch is equipped with a simple spade style polished Patek Philippe pin buckle. Now the timepiece features very strong lug profiles. You can see this well. You can still see these lugs and this case design on the recent reference 6007A in steel, which reprises this long-running case profile. These are some of the strongest Calatravas of all time. In terms of the lugs, they're large, angular, jutting, and massive. They have an impressive span, impressive height, and one of the most beautiful details isn't just the way they blend into the case band, but the way in which the case band blends and wraps around the edge of the lugs and the end of the lugs. It doesn't end run all the way around. The case is fully of high polish, and you can see the bezel is domed but quite flat. The crown is simple. It's slightly countersunk into the case band. It has a Calatrava cross on it, and then we have a dial with a metallic sunburst pattern, and it's somewhere between rose gold and salmon. It's a gorgeous look that's aged well. This is a look that is frankly derived from the great vintage watches of the mid-century, not just in its size, but in the use of pink-on-pink coloration, which is particularly prized among vintage collectors. And this watch, which was retailed in September of 1998, could almost be called a vintage timepiece in its own right. Now, the model features a later post-1995 hallmarks, but includes a Sigma dial. So you see that little Sigma-like symbol flanking Swiss? Those are called the a priori marks after the Swiss Precious Metals Trade Organization that encouraged watchmakers to include this Sigma-like symbol on dials that included precious metal. And in this case, the precious metal, the hands, as well as the applique numerals. Patek seemed to persist with this design the longest, finally phasing it out in about 1999. So just going by the dial sign and the hallmark, you would know this watch was made sometime between 95 and 99, and again, the warranty papers attesting to September of 98 confirm that. Now we have radially arrayed applique 18-karat rose gold Arabic numerals. We have a piano key style track inboard for reading the hours as well as the minutes, and then a slightly overlapping small second sub-register. All of the hands are leaf style black and white gold, and the watch has a lovely and lustrous sort of character and a real personality that changes and shimmers and dazzles as light moves over its surface. Now, turning it over, you can see one of the features that always made the 5000, later the 6000 and the 6006 exceptional, and that's the use of a micro rotor automatic rather than the 335, 315, and 324 central rotor automatics. The micro rotor has always been the upscale automatic at Patek. So we have caliber 240, which originally came out in 1977. It's got a 22-karat winding mass, a 48-hour power reserve. It beats away at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It's adjusted in 5 positions. It has a Gyromax style of free-sprung balance. And you can see that the timepiece is beautifully made with the Poinçon de Genève or Geneva hallmark signature. You'll also approve of exquisite detailing. The closer you get, the more appealing it becomes. There's Côte de Genève across the bridges as well as the rotor. We have black polished screw heads with chamfered slots in circumference, engine turning on the base plate, and then we have a mirrored anglage. You can see the mirrored bevel on the edge of each bridge. You can see that well laid down by hand, and the same treatment in each jewel and screw countersink. It's a gorgeously arrayed movement that pivots on 27 jewels, and with a screw encased back, it has 30 meters of water resistance. A lovely timepiece and flat. Due to the micro rotor automatic, you get the convenience of automatic winding, but you get the open display case back of a manual and the thin profile of a manual. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.